Alright, this is the third presentation, and this presentation is for Group 3. My name is Nate Lamb, and I'll be doing this presentation. And we're going to be focusing on client-side wireless attacks. A few of the common attacks and security issues with wireless networks. One of the main ones is the WEP encryption. It's just a wireless network encryption protocol that was set up and created to secure the network. Another one is Evil Twin, which is basically an access point that impersonates an actual access point on the network. Pretends to be part of the network when it's not. Man in the Middle is basically intercepts those packets that are going across the network or expected to go across the network. And malware, basically that software that can be added to your client PC and then used to send data where you're not intended to send it. Alright, but the one point we're going to focus on during this presentation is the WEP protocol, or Wired Equivalent Privacy. WEP was created and specified in a standard that was designed to, or intended to be, as secure as a wired network and be just as private as that wired network. But unfortunately that wasn't the case. A research group from the University of California at Berkeley recently published, or not so recently anymore, but they published a report citing major security flaws in WEP that left wireless LANs using the protocol vulnerable to attacks. They found that they were able to intercept, modify transmissions, gain access to restricted networks, and that included many network products, and basically it was they claimed it was never intended to be the sole security for a wireless network, and we really need to use it in conjunction. But luckily there are alternatives that work much better at this time. WPA and WPA2 are those better, more secure ways of securing your network. On the screen here you can see the basic configuration of a wireless router using WEP. It's got your keys, your passphrase, the type of encryption as far as bits, and if you're using that, or the reason it's not used anymore is because few pieces of software you can use to crack and get that encryption key and then be able to read that data that is coming across that network, which basically renders the encryption worthless. There's 3 steps to do this. Using ComView, and ComView is used to monitor and capture network traffic. And then step 2 is to take that network traffic or packets that ComView records, record them into or save them into a format that the second piece of software, AirCrack, can use, and then use AirCrack to analyze those packets, find that pattern, and get that WEP key. The main problem with WEP is, or with encryption, is the key to it is randomness, and unfortunately with WEP if you study enough packets, you can find that pattern, or that software can find that pattern and analyze and crack that. So here we're looking at the main screen in ComView. ComView, you can see these different networks that can be picked up, and you can choose those, whichever network you want to read and capture packets. In ComView, here's the screen showing the packets that are coming across, the basic information for them. And then here's the viewer where you can take those, go up to File, and save them into a Wireshark format. And in that format, you can save those files to your PC, and then go open this simple software called AirCrack. AirCrack, very little interface, very simple to use. Basically, you choose what type of encryption, the key size, and it doesn't matter if it's 64-bit or 128-bit. It takes just a few minutes to run either one, so if you're not able to do it with one, you can switch it to the other one and get it that way. Once you launch this, it runs. It takes, like I said, a few minutes, depending on how many packets you captured. Roughly, one of the demonstrations I saw said 50,000 would be plenty. And as you can see down there in the bottom of that list is the key. Here's where some of the demonstrations I found that helped understand this. Basically, that is our presentation. Wireless is a good tool to have. It's everywhere. You can't get around it anywhere you go anymore. But as long as you implement those tools and resources to protect those networks, it is safe to use those. Thank you.